Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hopefully you are fine. Today we are going to start first unit of maths, ninth class, and the title of the unit is matrices and determinants. These two words might be new to you in mathematics, but the topic is very interesting and easy to understand. What are the main outlines of this unit? Main outlines are: the first one is introduction to matrices, then types of matrices, then addition and subtraction of matrices, multiplication of matrices, multiplicative inverse of a matrix, solution of simultaneous linear equations. So these are the main outlines which we are going to discuss in this chapter. We'll get introduction of matrices, then its different types, then we will discuss operations on the matrices. What are those operations? How can we add and how can we subtract the matrices? Then how can we multiply the matrices? Then we will discuss their multiplicative inverse, and then how matrices can be used to solve simultaneous linear equations. This is all what we are going to discuss in this chapter. And after completing this chapter, what you will be able to do, you will be able to define a matrix with real entries. Real entries means matrices which are having the numbers related to real numbers, belong to real numbers, and relate its rectangular layout with the real life. Then how they are related to real life we'll be able to understand, and we will discuss we will be able to define rows and columns of a matrix, and order of a matrix, then equality of two matrices. This is all what we are going to know in exercise 1.1. Then from types of matrices we will be able to define row matrix, column matrix, rectangular matrix, square matrix, zero or null matrix, then identity matrix, then scalar matrix, diagonal matrix, transpose of a matrix, symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. These are the different types of matrices which we are going to discuss in this chapter. And then different operations. We will be able to know whether the given matrices are suitable for addition or subtraction, and we will get to know how to add and how to subtract the matrices. Then how can we multiply a matrix by a real number. Then we will be able to verify commutative and associative laws under addition. Only addition laws will be uh, discussed first, then multiplicative. Then we will be able to define additive identity of a matrix, then additive inverse of the matrix we will be able to find out. Then we will be able to know whether the given matrices are suitable for multiplication or not. Then how to multiply two or more than two matrices. Then we will verify associative law under multiplication. Commutative law does not hold in matrix multiplication. Then we will verify some distributive laws. Then with the help of an example we will be able to understand the multiplication does not hold in general. In general, this multiplication of the matrix commutative law under multiplication does not hold. Then we will be able to define identity of a multiplicative identity of a matrix. Then we we'll be able to verify AB whole transpose is equal to B transpose A transpose. And some more learning outcomes are on the next page. We'll be able to define determinant of a square matrix. Then we will be able to evaluate the determinant of a matrix. We will define singular and non-singular matrix. We will define adjoint of a matrix. Then we will find multiplicative inverse of non-singular matrix, and we will verify that A into A inverse is equal to identity, which is equal to A inverse into A. This is very important result in matrix and according to examination point of view as well. Then we will use adjoint method to calculate the inverse of non-singular matrix, and we will verify this result as well. AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. And the last one topic of this chapter, that is, we will be able to solve a system of two linear equations related to real life problems in unknowns. Using two methods will be used to verify solve equations: matrix inversion method and Cramer's rule. By using these two different rules, we'll be able to solve system of linear equations and word problems, real life problems we will be able to discuss. So today we'll get introduction of this chapter. Matrices and determinants, they are used in the field of mathematics and physics, statistics, electronics and other branches of science, and they play a very important role in the field of computer science. The very first person who introduced this idea, his name is Arthur Cayley. He was an English mathematician, and he introduced this idea in 19th century, and he wrote a book which was named as Theory of Matrices in 1858. And how he defined matrix? Matrix is basically a rectangular array or a formation of a collection of real numbers, say 1 2 3 4 and 7, such that 1 3 4 7 2 0. In this way, this is an arrangement of a number, and which is enclosed in the square brackets. It will be enclosed in the square bracket, and it is said to form a matrix. This is a type of a matrix. This is also a form of a matrix. Matrices is a plural word. Singular word is matrix. So this is what you have to keep in mind, that matrices is plural word. And matrices are denoted by conventionally they are denoted by capital letters, alphabets A, B, C, M, N, etc. So these are the names which are written for the matrices. Now, the arrangement of the numbers in the matrices is in horizontal form and in vertical form. The arrangement in horizontal form, that is named as rows of the matrix. When the numbers are arranged and their arrangement is taken in horizontal way, these are called rows. There are 3 rows in this matrix A. Similarly, we can see that if the numbers are taken in vertical way, then these are called column of the matrix. It means that in every matrix there are rows and columns, and we can write the matrices in different forms. So let us write some matrices by ourselves, so that you will be able to understand how can we write a matrix. For example, just suppose A is a matrix 1 2 3 4, then matrix B 1 2, this is also matrix, then matrix C 1 2 3 minus 4 5 6. We may have a negative number in the matrix, doesn't matter if the number is negative or positive, then we can write a matrix in this way as well: 1 2 3 4 5 6 minus 5 2 0. So this is also a matrix. One more example I can write, just suppose this one. So this is also matrix. So matrix can be written in any form as I have written over here, and there are many other forms. Like if I will write 1 2 3 in horizontal way, it will be fine. If I will write it in vertical way, it will also be fine. So all are matrices. So in this way we can write different types of matrices. Now the main thing is to understand what is the difference between all these matrices. Now the difference is their number of rows and columns. Like if I'll see matrix A, horizontal ways there can be two arrangements in A, so it means that it is having two rows. Similarly, vertical arrangement in this matrix are also two, so it has two columns as well. Similarly, for matrix B, there is one row this way and two columns, and in matrix C, two rows and three columns. In matrix D, there are three rows and three columns. In matrix E, one row, one column. In F, one row, three columns. And in G, three rows and one column. So number of rows and columns may differ in a matrix. This is what we are going to discuss as a next term, which is named as order of a matrix. Order of a matrix. So what is meant by order of a matrix? Order of a matrix is equal to M by N. Here M is number of rows and N is number of columns. So we can write number of rows and number of columns in the form of this formula, then it will be called order of a matrix. For example, if I'll ask you what is the order of this matrix A, so what you will write? Order of matrix A. By the formula, it is M by N, and here M is equal to number of rows, which are 2, and N is number of columns, which are 2. So order will be order of matrix A is 2 by 2. 2 by 2. So similarly, we can write order of the other matrices as well. Like the order of B will be 1 by 2. Similarly, for order of C, these are 2 rows, 3 columns, so it will be 2 by 3. For D, it will be 3 by 3, and for E, it will be 1 by 1. For F, it is 1 by 3. For G, it is 3 by 1. So in this way we can find out order of the matrix. Definition of order of the matrix is also given as a short question. You have to learn this definition with an example, as you have to learn the definition of matrix as well. Now in exercise 1.1 you can see there is a question, find the order of a matrix. So you have to solve this question on your NEET copy. Just you have to write the formula, you have to mention M and N, and then you will write the order. So this question is your homework along with these two definitions, matrix and order of the matrix. And we'll discuss next topic in the next lecture. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.